White shirts on the pitch, running fast through the night. Every heart beating loud under floodlit sky bright. So to London, stand strong. In the stands they belong. Voices echo like thunder. To the club they sing along. Up in Spurs we arise. Eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. King's fire in his eyes. Glory's what he seeks. With every goal he flies, rising to new peaks. From the lake to far and wide, with the pride of the fight. On this journey we'll ride, with our passion burning bright. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. From the lane to far and wide, with the pride of the fight. On this journey we'll ride, with our passion burning bright. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. With all our might. With all our might.
Yes, guys, I'm back. Yes, I am on holiday, but I'm here for Spurs. It is THFC till I die, home of Tottenham, past, present, and exciting future under Ange Postecoglou, and Spurs will rise, Spurs will win. We are Tottenham Hotspur is the new motto of this channel. And yes, we're up against Brentford. Joining me for Tottenham T-Talks, go through the team to get their opinion and your opinions as well, guys. Hang on, sorry. Can you just take over very quickly, Tequila? Sorry.
Okay, no worries, Demo. Yeah, so I am Tequila. He was about to announce me, you know.
Hello.
Demo,
Yeah.
we can all hear you. He can't hear me. So his phone call is now on the internet.
All right. Okay, I'll go and check now and I'll ring you back.
Bless you, Demo. That's all I'll say about that. Don't give any details out, Demo. Here's what I'm going to do. Because I have the power to do that. Right, so the teams are out. And I think Demo's got the slides here with the lineup. Or has he not done that? This is a bad start. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll talk to you guys about what your hopes are for the match. Now, I don't know that we've been playing that great. If you like your possession football, then you can say that we've dominated possession in nearly all the games. But I think it's fair to say that Spurs lack a cutting edge. The final ball, the movement of the front three, when we're not gelling, and I'm not 100% sure why. Oh, I think we've got a guest. 1 second, guys. Hey, Boris, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Sorry for being a bit late.
It's all right. Demo took a call, which the whole internet could hear, so I had to remove him. Bless him.
Yeah.
He didn't realise that everyone can hear him. So,
understandable.
How's you feeling on the lineups? I thought Demo might have done but I guess there's not been enough time because then he just come on. What's your thoughts on the lineups, Boris?
Yeah, they look interesting. Like, I'd say the main risk out of it would be the main two risks, the Romero and I'd say Johnson, really. Those are the two risks, because if them two perform poor again, they'll probably get a lot more abuse. Johnson more than Romero would. So it's just hoping that Johnson can actually do something like he did on Wednesday.
So I find it interesting that you really think that up the Jaffa cakes.
Who's talking about Jaffa cakes now? Oh.
Someone in the chat, big up, mate. Yeah, so it's interesting for me that you put Romero, Would you drop him for?
I wouldn't drop him per se, but I think it's just like with all the stuff that's gone on and stuff like that around the club, and the fact that there was reports that he did have a bit of fever and stuff like that. So unless the team doctors and stuff like that, what are a bit dodgy at times, our doctors say he's okay to play, then he's okay to play.
Interesting.
The only thing what interests me though is the fact that Mikey Moore's on the bench, number 47.
Mikey Moore, he's not played any first team football, has he?
Not this season,
this
no.
year,
No.
So every time, I mean, I said this in Dave's chat earlier, other than the Everton game, we've not really been in a kind of a dominant position regarding the scoreline that much. So yeah. I'm wondering that's the reason why. So what I think in my mind is that if we're 2 goals up, for example, and you get into the 75th, 80th minute, that's when...
Or even like the 65th minute, to be honest.
Yeah.
Considering he didn't get any time last when I keep saying last week because I keep forgetting I forgot about it was Wednesday, but honestly though, with him not getting any minutes Wednesday, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he comes on over somebody like Werner, or maybe Werner goes on the right. Who knows?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. If we're a couple of goals up, like I say, I think the chances are more higher that Ange is willing to do it.
Yeah, well, it's free. It was free. It's 3-0 for Chelsea. Don't know how much that's gone up by yet.
They're actually started pretty well. I think people thought that they were going to kind of be all over the shop. They're
they do have like almost 50 players, so it is understandable how they can do well. They've got so much depth to choose from. Like they've got Nkunku on the bench, one of the best players in Germany before he moved to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won 3-0 against West Ham. The one thing I will say about like all the fans say we didn't have a great window. Everybody said West Ham won the window, and look, they haven't really performed, have they? They haven't kicked on with their new manager.
No. It could be that maybe sometimes you've got too many cooks in the kitchen. Like with them, it can take a while, maybe. But no, you're right in what you say.
They've lost 2 games and drew 1 and won 1. So we're still ahead of them, and we've lost 2, 1-1, drew 1. And the thing is, though, it's not that much difference between from 13th and 9th right now.
No, not when it's 4 games.
If we win this match against Brentford, we go straight up to 9th. Unless Bournemouth and Fulham and all those win their match.
I think we're down from my predictions. Just in my head, I think we're down by 2 points. So for me, it's not actually the end of the world.
Yeah.
I didn't expect us to get anything away to Newcastle, and I didn't expect us to get anything at home to Arsenal. And that's the truth. I thought
we would have drew that one, to be honest. The Arsenal one.
I mean, they were in a weakened state. There's no getting around that.
Yeah.
It was a good opportunity for us, like if we, to increase our chances. But I mean, I'm just talking about predictions in my head, like weeks ago, like when I saw the first.
The crazy thing is, though, right now Chelsea is 2nd in the league.
Yeah, they won't stay there, but
honestly, once all this hype around Maresca's tactics and it gets found out happens. It'll basically be what happened to Ange back when we started on our 10-game win streak. Then it was found out in the Chelsea match, and then he kept to that tactic. And so it's only a matter of time, isn't it, really?
Well, it just takes a matter of time, like you say. It just takes a matter of time for the other managers to kind of not get clued on, but to understand, obviously, the manager's tactics. And then eventually they'll... I'm trying to remember who it was who finally really broke our tactics. I think it was I was about to say it was at Newcastle. It was Newcastle, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in Newcastle. They managed to find out away when we was at St James's last year. They managed to find out. The thing is, though, from what I am liking, though, the fact is we're not conceding as many goals as we did last season. Like against Arsenal, we conceded 3, and then we conceded another 2 in the other match against Arsenal. Against Newcastle last season, how many did we concede? What did it go up to? Like 4-1, 5-2, something like that.
I think it was like 5. I've tried to put those 2 visits to Newcastle out of my head, to Boris.
Yeah, I know, but you see where I'm coming from is we're getting better defensively, not like solid. Because if we were better defensively, we would have won. We would have probably won the. We would have definitely won the Leicester game because that we drew that one. We would have possibly drawn to Newcastle.
I've been more disappointed, or I was more disappointed with against Coventry. I can't hide my disappointment. I know that we won, don't get me wrong. I know it was 2 late strikes, but I don't know. I expected some of the B team, I suppose, if you want to look at it that way, which most of the players. Well, I expected a bit more hunger. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just thought there was a lack of hunger, there was a lack of urgency, until we had to bring on Son and Maddison. We had to bring on all our big guns, I suppose, in order just to squeak past them, and we did, and it worked, and there we are. But I don't know.
Another player I'm surprised we've got coming on is Maddison. Really, he hasn't really done much.
No, he's. When's the last time he got a goal? Wasn't it like March or something?
Yeah, something like that. I can't even remember, honestly.
No, his form is worrying. Like I say, he had
Sorry, I'm back, lads.
Dermo, I had to remove you because you were having your private conversation live on the internet because everyone could hear you.
Oh shit!
That's why I removed you, dude. I removed you because it's like I hope he doesn't say something live on the internet. So I removed you before it happened. But that's why I removed you.
This is the lineup. This is what we're going with, guys. We have a Vicario in goal. We've got Pedro Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, Udogie, Maddison, Bentancur, Kulu, Johnson, Solanke, and Son. The substitutes are Foster, Spence, Dragonson, Gray, Basuma, Sarr, Bergville, Mort, Werner. I'm sure you guys are going over the lineup. I'm not happy with that lineup, with guys. To be fair to you, look,
what would you change? What would you change?
I didn't see the game on Wednesday, but for what I've heard, I heard Bergville was very well. I would have started Bergville instead of Maddison. I would have put Basuma in for Bentancur, but Basuma's probably not fit. And I would have put Mikey Moore in for Johnson. They're my 3 changes I would have made.
I feel if Wilson didn't have the hamstring issue, what happened on Wednesday?
Yeah.
It seems it was serious. He would have probably been starting over Johnson for what I would have guessed.
I say so.
Because then we have somebody. There is also people being saying, why don't we start Porro up as a right wing? Maybe because he knows how to play the ANGE system well, and his crosses would be amazing for Solanke because we see how good his crosses are and shots. And the thing as well, though, we also saw how good Bentancur was at controlling the midfield as a makeshift 6, especially considering it was his second match back doing a full 90.
That is true. Did you welcome the guys in the chat, fellas? Did you?
No, sorry, lads.
All right. Big up to I want to say big up to F69 out 79. Tried it, whatever that is. That is a mouthful. But I'm going to call you F69 because he's looking up for Jaffa cakes. That's a Mia thing. We all know what happens when people get Jaffa cakes.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to take down that because that is my private Instagram, private WhatsApp. Good afternoon. Big up to Carl Simpson. We need to win this and start going on the run. He also says that things is the way we've been playing, which should have got something out of every game. Let's hope it finishes up. Big up to John Fitzpatrick, my Irish brother. Big up John Fitzpatrick down in Limerick. Hope you're keeping well and the family are well down there, sir. And Carl says, happy with the squad. Got to let the players play their way back into form. Tequila, I'll start with you. You're very vocal on Ange, and rightly so, and I think everyone is entitled to their opinion. What does Ange have to do today to change your mind about him?
I think adaptation, I think, is something I think he lacks. And the thing is that I actually have quite a lot of respect for people who do stand their ground and have their own beliefs, and there is a amount of respect I have for people like that. But sometimes you do have to kind of adapt your tactics. And I question. It's not that I'm saying he doesn't have the ability to. It's that I don't think he wants to because he is that stubborn. And look, the ANGE thing is very, very quickly, because we can have a much longer conversation about this. Is that
which we are going to have?
I came into ANGE right completely and utterly neutral. I wasn't for him or against him. I don't really watch Scottish football. I've heard of the name. I knew that they won a lot, but Dermo, in my mind, Celtic win most of the time. I know Rangers won under Gerrard, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Celtic are generally the most dominant. So I came into it completely 50, no biased or any agenda.
Mm-hmm.
And I am concerned, as I've said before, the lack of clean sheet concerns me. His stubbornness concerns me. I do think he's been found out a little bit. And as Carl says in the chat, we probably have deserved something from most of the games. And as I said to Boris earlier on, we're only actually 2 points under what I actually expected. Now, that might be, people can call me negative, stuff like that, but I only expected us to be, but I did expect us to be on 6 points and we're on 4. Because I consider Newcastle away, especially our recent history, I didn't think we had much of a chance, even though we played quite well there. And against Arsenal, they are the second best team in the league. I honestly don't expect us to beat them. I thought the most we could get maybe was a draw, but I had us to lose in those games. So for me, it's only 2 points. So I can't be that upset because we're only 2 points down. That's how I look at it. Don't know. I'm not that again. I want to see that he is flexible. And my fear is that he's not. And I think in the end that will come to bite him on the backside.
Yeah.
That's what
Boris?
I have to agree with Tequila somewhat, because I was neutral coming into it, because we also have to remember, like, it is a huge leap. Just in regards to it, it is a huge leap up. No disrespect to the Scottish League or anything like that, but it is a huge leap, and I understand why people are bashing him for this formation in the Prem and not adapting towards it, because of course it'll be understandable, because it's a tactic what's worked for him in Australia, Japan, and Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a style of play. But he does need to realise at times that he does need to adapt as well in regards to what's going on. Mm-hmm. Because consistently, he's not been the best overall with his situations, and I understand where he's coming from in his interviews and stuff like that. Like, he's annoyed that people always doubt him and stuff like that, but they also have a right to doubt him when he's putting performances like what's happened recently and prior, like, of time. But overall, I'd also then say as well, like, he's kind of losing me a bit as well because of the way he was acting during the Coventry match. It was like he didn't care. He just stood there, not even engaging with the players from what we saw of him. I don't know if that was the entire time, but from what we saw of him, he wasn't doing much. He was just with his hands in his pockets, just staring at the players, like, and shook his head a couple of times.
Yeah, that is Ange's style. You won't get him unless he's really agitated. Look, we're going to have to come off. We're going to have to finish off team talks a little bit earlier because we've got the watch along to do. So, guys, Tequila, what is your score prediction? And guys, I need a word with you in the background before we finish, before we come off things. So, what's your score prediction?
We don't get clean sheets anymore, Dermo, so they'll get a goal. Clean sheets are a thing of the past, it looks like. I'm going to go with 3-1 Spurs.
3-1. Boris, what are you going to go for?
3-1 as well. As Tequila said, we don't really get clean sheets anymore, and they do have one of the deadliest up front players in the league at the moment, currently informing Mbeumo. So it is a big risk. Yes, they don't have their main striker, but they do have somebody like him, and it is a big risk. So, 3-1. Solanke 2 goals, and I'll probably say maybe even Mikey Moore back to the goal for himself.
Yeah. I'm going to go for 4-0 because it's been my score prediction. Maybe it's the country air. Maybe it's because Dermotron is actually relaxed. Maybe because Dermotron's got a bit of hangover. But I'm going for 4-0. As Tequila says, never change Dermotron.
Never change Dermo. See, the thing is, my favourite part is that he never even gives them a goal. Even though we don't keep clean sheets, he still won't give them a goal. He never says 4-1. He won't even have the decency to give them a goal.
I tell you one thing, it will happen one day, Tequila. It will happen.
Yes, eventually, I'm sure we will win a game 4-0. I don't know when. But
We
at
won
some
against
point.
Everton 4-0.
That's true. There you go. You had your
And
moment
I
there,
actually went for a 2-0 win there. I went
Well,
for
you
a
missed,
2-1
you
win.
missed your chance, didn't you?
You should have put a bet on for 4-0 on Betfred.
Yeah. Look, big up to the Boldenator. I says I'm back
Lebanon.
on Brent. He is a Spurs fan, but look, that's his opinion, and we're not going to labast him for it. If he's an Ange out and he wants a different manager, and he's back in Brentford.
Dermo, if that score holds up what the Bloodinator said, then Ange is in big doo-doo.
Yeah, exactly. And look, and we may not all agree in our own opinions, but we're all Spurs fans at the end of the day. But I'm not going to labast anyone for having a different opinion or a different take on the club. They're still a Spurs fan to me at the end of the day. And we'll still bring up the comments, we will still debate them, and we'll still ask them. Everyone's welcome here. And this channel has always been like that. And this channel will never change. Also, big up to Geordie. How are you, lads? Big up, Geordie. Hope you're doing well. We've got Carl Simpson says, "Come on, Johnson. Have a word and shut up all the silly billies." Jerry's going for Bees to sting Spurs 2-1 again. Jerry, do you know? Jerry's is in this chat, isn't he, guys? We're not going to labast them for that. It's their opinion, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's not an impossible score. The 0-3 would be an absolute disaster, but then sneaking in with a goal. Yeah.
I think if we lose today, I think and we lose in Europe on Thursday, I think the Man United becomes El Sacchio again.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I think you're going a bit too far with getting relegated this season.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, no. Don't know where the goal's coming from. Look, just trust in the Dermatron, Jerry. Just trust in the Dermatron. I know what I'm talking about.
Jerry, it'll be 4 own goals, just like we've got another.
Yeah, it will be. And then Dermot, mate, I need my mod, please. Oh yeah, stupid YouTube surprised me on the account because okay, no problem. We will sort that out, guys. We're gonna jump out of here. We're gonna leave you. Come over to the watch along. Come on, you Spurs. Big Ange we trust. We never stop, and we're gonna finish with. We are Spurs. We will win. We will rise. We are Tottenham Hotspur, and I said that all wrong. But come on, you Spurs. And go to the play patch where you can find Tequila because he does a great gaming show there. And he is covering the Tokyo gaming show next week with his best mate, Pete. So please go to the play patch. Sorry, Tequila. Come on,
Thank you,
Spurs.
Demo.